he slashed his tail, and his hard hair all over his body, it was quivering, right? And he was very, I mean, his glance in itself was very luminous, shiny, attractive. Okay, and with his hooves he scattered the sky. Okay, and his glittering white tusks. Grahaneena pratyavyapadavimbva vijigraन् क्रोधापदेशा स्वयमा अद्वारङ्गः करालधंस्त्रो अपि कराल धृभ्याम् उद्वीक्ष्य विप्रान् घ्रनतो अविशत् कम्. So he was personally the supreme personality of Godhead Vishnu and was therefore transcendental. Yet, because he had the body of a hog, he searched after this earth by the smell. Okay, so these are all for the purpose of performing the pastimes. Okay, like when Narasimha Dev came, he started roaring, right? Because he was in the form of a lion and human being, right? When Vamana Dev came, he behaved like a small, child, because he came in a small child form, right? When Ram came, he came as a king, so he behaved like an ideal king. So depending upon the body the Lord came in, he started demonstrating those characteristics. Here God came in the form of a hog, right? Boar. So what boar does, it smells, right? So boar always smells. So here he is also smelling, where searching the earth through the smell. Okay, his tusks were fearful, and he glanced over the devotee brahmanas engaged in offering prayers. Thus he entered into the water. Okay, now he enters into the water. Now the two purposes are served. One is to save the mother earth, and the second one is to kill Hiranyaksha. Okay, Savajrakutanga nipata vega vishirna kukshi stanayan udhanvan utstrashta dirghormi bhujair ivarthas chukroshu yagneshwara pahimeti. So diving into the water like a giant mountain, like Lord Boar divided the middle of the ocean, and two high waves appeared as the arms of the ocean, which cried loudly as if praying to the Lord, O Lord of all sacrifices, please do not cut me in two. Kindly give me protection. So for the fearful, diving that he took, his hooves actually divided the earth, I mean the ocean, into two parts, literally. Okay, and because it was so fearful. Okay, and that's why now the ocean is crying and praying to the Lord, please don't cut me into two, please protect me. Okay, he's a boar, right? And he's very, very powerful. He's very powerful. कुरैक्षुराप्रये धरयांस्तदापा उत्पारपारं त्रिपरु ऋषायां ददाशगां तत्र शुशूक्षुरग्रे यां जीवधानीं स्वयं अभ्यधाता. So the Lord Boar penetrated the water with his hooves, which were like sharp arrows, and found the limits of the ocean, although it was unlimited. Okay, so look at the kind of descriptions given by the you know the greatest devotee of the Lord who narrated Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Limits of the ocean. Ocean is always unlimited. But who is Krishna? He is the origin of this entire universe, right? He is the one who created this unlimited ocean. So it was very easy for him to find the limits of the ocean, right? And he saw the earth, the resting place for all living beings, lying as it was in the beginning of the creation, and he personally lifted it. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, if you read details about the creation is very clearly demonstrated. Okay, so all of this material creation will be it will be resting in the Garbhodaka ocean, in the body of Narayana, Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Okay, before the creation. So here Mother Earth was also lying in the similar condition, okay, as if it was before creation. That means Hiranyaksha had hidden Mother Earth and brought Mother Earth to that condition, okay, to that situation where she needs proper protection. Okay, and so he found the earth, and finally he protected her. Okay, स्वधंस्त्रयोधार्त्य महीं निमग्नां तौत्थिता संरुरुचे रसायः Tatrapi daityam gadaya patantam sunabha sandipita tivra manyu. So Lord Boar very easily took the earth on his tusks and got it out of the water. Thus he appeared very splendid. Then his anger glowing like a Sudarshana wheel, he immediately killed the demon Hiranyaksha, although he tried to fight with the Lord. Okay, how did Varahadev carry Mother Earth and brought her to this universe back? Any idea? Did he use his hands? Did he use his legs? How did he bring Mother Earth back?
On the tusks, Mataji.
Yeah.
Did not touch.
Haribol, okay. So Mother Earth was placed on the tusks of Varahadeva, as you see in the picture, and she was not even touching the nose or the mouth part of Bhor, okay, of the Lord. So basically, she was only on the tusks, okay, like how lotus leaves are in water, but they are not wet by the water, right? They are in water, but they are not touched by water. Same way, she was also on a Lord Boar, but then she was not touching the skin, any skin part of the boar, of the Lord. Okay, she was sitting on the tusks. Okay, now that is the most important part here. Okay, and then Varahadev was angry. Okay, angry on whom? Angry like Sudarshan on Hiranyaksha, because he was the culprit, right? He was the main culprit who did all this. Now he had to fight and kill Hiranyaksha. See, killing Hiranyaksha will take like 5 seconds, 1 second probably to Varahadev. But who is Hiranyaksha? Hiranyaksha is Jaya Vijay, right? Again, devotee. So he gave Hiranyaksha a chance to fight with him. Okay. Jhaghanarudhanam asahya vikramam salilyabham mrigharad ivambhasi tadrakta pankankita gandhatundo yatha gajendro jagatim vibandhan. Okay, now it is the Rakta Varaha form. Okay, the moment they started fighting, okay, the blood from Hiranyaksha splashed on Varahadev. Okay, that's how he gets the Rakta Varaha form. Okay, thereupon, like Lord Boar killed the demon within the water, just as a lion kills an elephant. The cheeks and the tongue of the Lord became smeared with the blood of the demon, just as an elephant becomes reddish from digging in the purple earth. Okay, so Tamalanīlam sitadantakotya kshamam utkshipantam gajalilayanga pragnaya bandhana talayo anubakair virinchi mukhya upatasturisham. So then the Lord, playing like an elephant, suspended the earth on the edges of his curved white tusks. Okay, and he assumed a bluish complexion like that of a tamala tree, and thus the sages headed by Brahma could understand him to be the supreme personality of Godhead. What is tamala tree? Anybody knows? What is tamala tree? No idea? Nobody knows? Okay, so tamala tree, yeah. Yes, Kalpana Mataji.
Pan, the pan that we eat?
No,
Oh,
that is betel leaf.
yes.
Tamala tree is the bay leaf, which we use for veg biryani, pulav, and all that. No, okay, so that is called tamal tree. And why is always, even Krishna was compared to tamal tree, and now even Varahadev is compared to tamal tree. Why? Anybody knows? What is the significance of tamal tree? Okay, so tamal tree is bluish black in color. Okay, exactly like that of Krishna, the Shyamasundara form of Krishna. Okay, so that's why Krishna and Varahadev, both of them are compared to this tamal tree because it is bluish black in color. Okay, and they are now the Lord has assumed a bluish complexion, okay, as that of a tamal tree, and all of the demigods are describing him. Okay, they are all comparing him with the tamal tree. Okay, and all the sages, thus headed by Brahma, could understand him to be the supreme personality of Godhead and offered him respectful obeisances. This is the significance that all of them got confirmation that Varahadev is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead because of the Tamaltri. The Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his natural complexion, personal complexion is bluish black. Okay. The moment Varahadev got this complexion, then all the sages got confirmation, okay, he is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. That's why it's a very natural, characteristic of the Lord to be of bluish black. Okay. That's why in none of his incarnations, no, the Leela Avataras, the Lord came completely in bluish black complexion. Only as Krishna, he came in bluish black complexion. Why? Because Krishna is the whole, the wholesome. He's the fountainhead of all these Dashavataras that we are learning. Right? He's the original. He's the supreme. From him, all the Leela Avataras are emanating. Right? So that's why this is one more, evidence to prove the fact that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. It's not anybody else. Okay. And now, what did he do? Varahadev took the earth, suspended, kept her on the tusks. Okay, placed her on the tusks of his of his. And now all of them got confirmation that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. So all the sages are praising him. Okay. Rishaya uvacha jitam te jita yajna bhavana Trayantanum swam paridunvate namaha yadro magarteshu niliyur adhyas tasmai nama karana sukarayate. So all the sages uttered with great respect, O conquerable enjoyer of all sacrifices, all glories and all victories unto you. You are moving in your form of the personified Vedas, and in the hair holes of your body, the oceans are submerged. For certain reasons, you have now assumed the form of a boar. Okay, they are all glorifying the Lord now. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam, right? Krishna says he is the benefactor of all the tapasyas, all the sacrifices. Same thing these sages are saying. You are the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Okay, and what are they explaining? See, they are saying all the oceans are submerged in the hair holes of the Lord. That is the origin of ocean. That's why I already told you in the beginning. Krishna, in the description it was given, no? He found the limits of the ocean, all the ocean was unlimited. He is the creator of this unlimited ocean. So who else will know the limits of the ocean if not him, right? Straktunda aset shruva isha nashayor idho dhare chamasah karnarandre prashitramasye grashane grahastute Yasharvanam te Bhagavan Agnihotram. O Lord, your tongue is a plate of sacrifice. Your nostril is another plate of sacrifice. In your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice. And another plate of sacrifice is the holes of your ears. In your mouth is the Brahma plate of sacrifice. Your throat is the plate of sacrifice known as Soma. And whatever you chew is known as Agnihotra. Okay, so he is himself the sacrifice, right? Krishna says he is the sacrificial fire. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, right, he is the sacrificial fire. He is the sacrifice in itself. He is the offering to the sacrifice, the butter that we offer to the sacrifice, right? And he is the benefactor of the sacrifice as well. Okay, so everything is him only. Everything emanates from him. Everything lies in him, right? Matstani sarva bhutani. Everything lies in him. Aham sarvasya prabho, everything emanates from him, right? So these are all the details that the sages are giving. Okay. Yeah, so here Krishna says, right? Aham kratur, aham yajna. Aham kratur, I am the ritual in itself. The sacrifice itself is Krishna, right? Yajna, he is the sacrifice, he is the ritual offering to the ancestors. Okay. Swadaham aham Aushadham. He is the healing herb and he is the offering to the ancestors. And he is the transcendental chant. Mantro aham, aham evajyam, aham agnir, aham hutum. Okay. He is the butter, he is the fire. He is the offering. Okay. So he is everything. Right? He is the benefactor, supreme benefactor of all the sacrifices. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Right? Dikshanujanmopashada sirodharam Tvam prayeno yodhayina dhamsra Jivya pravargyastava shirkshakam krato Satyava satyam chitayo asavohite. So moreover, the Lord, O Lord, the repetition of your appearance is the desire of all kinds of initiation. Your neck is the place of the three desires. Now they are describing the significance of the body parts of Varahadev. Okay, what are they saying? Your very own appearance, okay, pushes all of us from all the material desires, right? The material desires lying in us go away from the very appearance of Varahadev. And when we listen and chant about the glories of Varahadev, imagine what better can happen, right? So I was listening to a lecture today from a senior devotee, okay? You know what he said? Wherever there is Krishna Katha going on, okay? Pathan Pardon of Krishna Katha, be it Bhagavad Gita, be it Bhagavatam, be it anything of Krishna Katha. Wherever the recitation of scriptures are going on, there, you know what happens? That place gets converted into Vrindavan, Sakshat Vrindavan Dham. Okay, and what happens in Vrindavan? Radha Krishna perform their eternal pastimes there, right? So wherever you recite scriptures, wherever you do Krishna Katha, Shravanam, Ganam, Kirtanam of Krishna, that place gets converted into Vrindavan, and Sakshat Krishna comes there. Krishna will be present in that place. But because of our defective senses, we will not be able to recognize this. Okay, we need to advance a lot to see Krishna, right? We need to get Prema Chakshu, Divya Chakshu to see the Lord, right? Krishna will be personally present in that place. And he's not alone. He comes with Radha. Vrindavan is Radha Krishna. They're inseparable. Okay. So Radha, Krishna, both of them come and listen to you personally here. Okay, so that is the essence of Krishna Katha. Okay, and just imagine what will happen to us. So much of positive vibrations, right? Our entire life will be converted into a cluster of auspiciousness. Yes or no? What is Hari? Meaning of the name Hari is one who takes away all the inauspiciousness. Okay, everything inauspiciousness, he takes it away. Okay, and makes our life auspicious. Okay, helps us progress toward him as fast as possible, right? Krishna has the power to change our fate. Okay, we don't have to suffer our past karmas because we are chanting Harinam every single day. Krishna helps us overcome all the past sinful reactions. He in fact burns the past sinful reactions. All we are left with is what? Good reactions, so that we can progress forward. Okay, we don't have to sit and waste our time suffering our previous janmas karmas. Okay, so Krishna is giving us a making way. He's catalyzing our devotional service. Yes or no? So that is the glory of Harinam. Such a magical, it's a magic. Once we start chanting, we start experiencing the magic by ourselves. Okay, yeah, so chant sincerely. Okay, chanting anybody will do, but the main point here is we have to chant sincerely, attentively. Okay, every mantra you chant, hear it. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's how we chant, right? So every mantra that you're chanting, every time you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, hear it. That is the only criteria. Okay, chant, hear, Shravanam, Kirtanam. Okay, without Shravanam, if you just do Kirtanam, there is no point because you will be thinking about something else in your mind, right? Then consciously do it. Your attempt has to be complete, 100%. If you're chanting, engage your body, mind, soul in chanting completely. So that's only possible when you hear every mantra. That is the only challenge here. Okay, hear, then only move to the next beat, chant the next Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hear it when you chant, then move to the next beat. Okay, so that way if you chant, we all can progress faster. Okay, so your neck is the place of three desires. What are these three desires? Right? Kama tanha. Tanha means attachment. Okay, bhava tanha and vibhava tanha. Okay, so kama tanha is attachment to sensual pleasures, the worldly activities that we are doing, right? And bhava tanha is the attachment to the very own existence, the bodily existence and the material existence we have right now, right? Okay, I am this, I am the CEO of this company. I don't want to leave my position. I don't want to leave this world. I don't want to leave this existence of mine. We are so attached, right? Some people, they are so attached to the position of their, attached to the position that they have, right? That is bhavatanha. Vibhavatanha is attachment to non-existence. This usually is seen in people who are very distressed, okay? They don't want to live. Attachment to non-existence. They think they will get peace of mind after they are gone from this world, okay? But again, they forget that there is something called life after death, okay? The only peace that we get is during liberation, okay? When you perform devotional service sincerely, completely, every single day, staying in this very own material world, you can become liberated, okay? So that is the power of devotional service. You don't even have to get liberated and go to Vaikuntha to, attain that transcendental happiness. Right in this earth, you can attain that happiness, okay? Your tusks are the result of initiation and the end of all desires. So now here, see, they say the neck is the place of all desires, the 3 desires, and your tusks are the end of all desires. What does this mean? The tusks are the place where all the material desires come to an end. So all that we are left with is spiritual desires. Okay. Your tongue is the prior activities of initiation. Your head is the fire without sacrifice, as well as the fire of worship. Okay, they're comparing the body parts of Varaha Dev. Okay, now you're the living forces. Your living forces are the aggregate of all the desires. Okay, so beautifully explained. Somastureta savanani avistita samsta vibhedastava deva datavaha shatrani sharvani sharira sandhis Tvam sarva yajna kraturishti bandhana. So, oh Lord, your semen is the sacrifice called Soma Yajna. Soma Yajna is a kind of sacrifice in Hindu culture. Okay, it's a fire sacrifice. Your growth is the ritualistic performances of the morning. The way he grew gigantically, from the very tiny size to a gigantic size, that is compared to the ritualistic performances in the morning. Right from the time we wake up, right? We do all the vandana, snana, and all that, japa, puja, and all that, no? All of these, okay? Your skin is the touch sensation. Your skin and the touch sensation are the 7 elements of the Agnistoma sacrifice. Agnistoma is series of fire sacrifices. Soma Yajna is one of a kind of ritual, fire sacrifice, and Agnistoma is a series of fire sacrifices, okay? And your bodily joints are symbols of various other sacrifices performed in 12 days. Okay. Now, therefore, you are the object of all sacrifices called Soma and Asoma, and you are bound by yajnas only. Okay. The way to please Vishnu is through sacrifice, any kind of sacrifice. And the best kind of sacrifice for Kali Yuga is Japa Yajna, right? Chanting the holy name. Namo namaste akhila mantra devata dravyaya sarva kritave kriyatmane vairagya bhaktya maya janubhavite jnanaya vidya gurave namo namaha. Okay, so oh Lord, you're the supreme personality of Godhead and are worshipable by the universal prayers, Vedic hymns, and sacrificial ingredients. We offer our obeisances unto you. You can be realized by the pure mind freed from all visible and invisible material contamination. Okay, see, very important. You can be realized by the pure mind freed from all visible and invisible material contamination. Krishna says, right, in Bhagavad Gita, Avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashritam. When he came in the form of when he took the form of a human and came to this world, nobody could recognize, atheists, nobody who were filled with material contamination in their minds, nobody could recognize him. Shakuni called him magician. He is some Mayavi, he said, right? Duryodhana got so many experiences, instincts from Krishna. Still, he was not ready to believe believe that Krishna was God, right? This happened. Dhritarashtra, he was blind. He was blind physically. He was blind mentally also. He could not recognize the Lord, right? Avajananti Mamunda, because the contamination in their mind overtakes, it covers their, vision. Okay. just like, jaundice person, no? How much ever you give him sweet, sugar candy or whatever it is, he will not be able to taste it. Prabhupada mentions in one of the purports, okay? He will not be able to get that sweet taste because of the disease. Disease has covered his senses completely, his body, okay? He's so diseased. Same way, we are also materially diseased. There is no difference between us and a jaundice person, okay? Jaundice, at least after some time with medicines, jaundice will go away. Then he will be able to taste. We are materially so diseased, no material medicine can cure it, right? So the only medicine is Harinam here, okay? A jaundice person is given sugar candy every single day, even if he cannot taste the sweetness, because as he takes it, that is kind of medicine, it's kind of treatment. As he takes it, one fine day he will be able to taste. Same way, now we are not getting the happiness when we chant. We'll be like, oh, I should chant. Chanting has become a punishment, right? Oh, I should chant. I forgot to chant one round today. I forgot to do that. So in the night before sleeping, okay, I should chant, finish my chanting and sleep. That is our attitude, right? In the beginning, that's how we all start. Okay. At some point, we have to start, and that's how we all start. But going forward, what happens? Like that jaundice person recovers, we also start getting taste for Harinam. More and more taste, more and more chanting. If more and more chanting, more and more advancement, right? And then Krishna says, who can understand Krishna? Bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutadim avyayam. Okay, those who are fully engaged in devotional service, free from all the material contamination. Material contamination means material desires. Okay, material desires for enjoyment. Oh, I want promotion. I want big house. I want big car. I want that. I want this. So these are all material desires. Okay, the desire to lord over the material nature. Okay, our desire should be to serve the Lord. We are eternal servitors of the Lord. Okay, even if we get a car, even if we get a big house, see how you can use it to serve the Lord. If you have a big house, invite people every week. Do have kirtan parties. Okay, have nice big deities of the Lord, Gauranitai. Worship them. If you have a car, take the entire family in that car to temple at least once a week, right? Or drop a devotee, receive a devotee. So this is the way you can serve the Lord with whatever material things you have. This is called Yukta Vairagya, whatever you have. Like, for example, laptop. What am I using my laptop for? Preaching, right? To take class, I use my laptop. So laptop is a material thing, but I'm spiritualizing it by using it for service to the Lord. This is called Yukta Vairagya, okay? Using whatever you have to serve the Lord eliminates all the material desires from your mind will be free from all the material desires. Such a person constantly worships Krishna with full undeviated deviation. He can understand Krishna, okay? Not a person. We are no way, we cannot even compare to that level. But like I said, that's how we start. And we have to start at some point. So we offer our respectful obeisances to you as a supreme spiritual master of knowledge in devotional service. Okay. Damstragra kotya bhagavan stvaya drita virajate bhudara bhuya bhusa bhudara yatha vanan nihsarato datadrita matan gajendrasya sapatradha padmini. So, O lifter of the earth with its mountains, which you have lifted with your tusks, is situated as beautifully as lotus flower with leaves sustained by an infuriated elephant just coming out of water. Okay, see how beautifully the comparison is made. Okay, Krishna, Varahadev is so powerful that earth is not alone, right? Bhudevi has mountains in her, oceans in her, so many things she has. With all that, it's like a package. He's lifted and placed her on the tusks, right? How powerful he is, right? So another instance that proves the power of the Lord is with his little finger, when he was 7 years old, with his little finger, he lifted the Govardhan hill, right? For how long? 7 continuous days, right? 8 hours every single day. So he was lifting it. So that is inconceivable power. We, with our defective senses, we cannot even imagine the power Krishna has. Okay. त्रयीमयं रूपमिदं ससौकरं भूमण्डलेना तदतादृतेन ते चकास्ति शृङ्गोदघनेन भूयसा कुलाचलेन्द्रस्य तथैव विभ्रमा. So, O Lord, as peaks of great mountains become beautiful when decorated with clouds, your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks. Okay, so when you see, even during foggy days, okay, when you see the fog or the mist covering the treetops, the canopies and the treetops, how beautiful the sight is, right? Same way when the clouds cover the mountain tops, the peaks of the mountain, same way, that it was a similar sight, okay? When the earth was on the tusks of Varahadev, it was looking similar, okay? And then your transcendental body has become more beautiful because you're lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks. Samstapayainam jagatam satashtusam lokaya patnim asimataram pita videma chasyai namasa sahatvaya yasyam svatejo agnim ivaranau adaha. So now that the Lord has lifted the earth, okay, Mother Earth becomes the wife of Varahadev, okay, and that's what they're explaining here. For the residential purposes of all inhabitants, for both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the supreme father, okay. And we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Because Varahadev personally took care of the Mother Earth, right? He went and took her. She was in need of help. She was to be rescued. And Varahadev personally went in and rescued her. So, Mother Earth is none other than the wife of Varahadev. Okay? We offer our respectful obeisances unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency, just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the arani wood. Okay, so arani wood refers to a sacrificial, twig. It's specially used for offering fire sacrifices. Okay, so where fire automatically gets enkindled with that wood. Okay, you can see the reference here. It's mentioned in Shiva Purana. Okay, just to give you knowledge about what is arani. कः श्रद्धधीतान्यतमस्तवो प्रभो रसां गताया भुव उद्भिरबर्हणं न विस्मयो असौ त्वयि विश्वविस्मये यो माययेदं सृसर्जे विस्मयाम्. So who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could deliver the earth from within the water? Okay, who else has that power, right? It goes without saying. It's not very wonderful for you, however, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe. Okay, by your energy, you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation, right? If you just imagine the solar system, all the planets are just lying, they are floating in the space, right? Orbit is just the imaginary line that scientists have come up with so that it's easy for understanding. There is no orbit as such in the space. All the planets are there, fixed in their places. They don't fall. They are floating. Who is holding them? Who is holding them? Right? I mean, so that is why they say you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe. So this is nothing for you, but for us, everything is glorious because we are devotees, right? So this entire cosmic manifestation is running by itself. How? The Lord, right? With a single fragment of Ekam Shena Stito Jagat, Krishna says, with a single fragment of his energy, he pervades the entire universe, right? And Vibhuti Yoga, Krishna says, Vidhunvata Vedamayam Nijam Vapur Jnanastapha Satya Nivasino Vayam Tatas Sikhodatta Sivambu Bindubhir Vimrajamana Bhrisamisha Pavita. So, O Supreme Lord, undoubtedly we are inhabitants of the most pious planets, the Jana, Tapas, and Satyaloka. So Satyaloka is the most greatest planet in the material world. As long as the material platform is concerned, Satyaloka is the topmost. Okay, you can see the chart over here. Then comes Tapaloka and all the other lokas. Okay, like in the Gayatri mantra we say, no, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So Bhur, okay, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, right? Bhuvar Loka is the earthly planets. The Bhur Loka is the Patala Lokas starting. Okay, so Swar Loka is again the it's higher, it's more elevated than Earth. Okay, highest elevated is Brahma Loka. It is called Satya Loka. Then Tapa Loka, Jana Loka, Mahar Loka, Swar Loka. Swar Loka is considered like heavenly planets. Okay, Mahar Loka, all Gandharvas and more higher elevated people, sages and all stay. Same with Jana Loka, Tapa Loka, and the most elevated is Satya Loka where Brahma stays. Okay, then comes Bhuvar Lokas. Bhuvar Loka is where earthly planets are there. We all stay. Okay, then comes the Bhur Loka where the start of Patala starts, where all Asuras stay. Okay, Patala again there are levels. Okay, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and then comes Patala. Okay, so different levels based on the different levels of Papa Karmas. Those entities take birth in the Patala Loka levels. Okay, less Papa. If people have done less Papa, they take birth in Atala. Full, complete. They are if they are non-fit completely. If they have done wrong, then it's Patala Loka. Okay. Even below Patala Loka is where Garbhodaka ocean lies. Okay, that's where Narayana lies in the form of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Okay, and after the material destruction, the entire material, cosmic manifestation becomes a cloud-like form. It's called Mahatattva and enters the Narayana Garbhodakshai ocean. Okay, we all stay there. We go into a stage of dormancy. Okay, and we stay there until next creation. Okay, it's like hibernation. Okay, so we are just wasting our time. So Krishna gives us chances by creation. When the material universe is created, Krishna gives us chances. Okay, to offer devotional service and go back home. Okay, but no, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't take to Krishna consciousness. Okay, so they take janmas and janmas, wasting time with their material desires. And one fine day, what happens? Destruction happens. They go into dormancy state. They go inside Narayana. Again, they have to wait till next creation. Okay, again next creation happens. Again, Krishna gives them a chance to offer devotional service and go back. Some people don't take to it. So as long as there is at least one person in this, one living entity in this material world with material desires, Krishna continues to create and destroy this material manifestation. Okay, because Krishna wants us to realize by ourselves how much Krishna loves us and how much we should love him and our constitutional position, and go back, surrender to Krishna with love, not by force. That's why he creates and gives us chances to understand this. Okay, so now we've got a chance. Consider this to be our second chance and take it seriously. Okay, so yeah. Savaibhata bhrastamatistavai yakarmanam paramapara karmana yadyogamaya gunayoga mohitam vishwam samastam bhagavan videhisam. So, oh Lord, there is no limit to your wonderful activities. Anyone who desires to know the limit of your activities is certainly nonsensical. Okay, so Krishna is unborn, Anadir Adar. He has no end and he is the beginning of everything. Okay, so obviously his limit we cannot. Even Krishna does not know his limits. Do you know that even Krishna does not know his potencies? Okay, there's a small story of behind that. Okay, I'll just take some 10 more minutes. Okay, it's a very interesting story. What happened? There was destruction of material. I mean, cosmic manifestation going on. All the sages were running here and there. Okay, they were in chaos. They were running here and there. So during destruction, this is what happens. Everybody is in chaos. Okay, they were running here and there. Everybody, the only one sentence coming out from their mouth, everybody was, where is Krishna's lotus feet? I want to surrender. I want to take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, everybody, they were like, lotus feet of the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord. So Krishna was like, what is there in my lotus feet? Okay, so it's a very nice story. Okay, he is in a small baby form lying on a leaf. Okay, and he is wondering, what is there in my lotus? Everybody is running, everybody wants to take shelter at my lotus feet. So you know what he does? He's a baby form. Okay, so babies usually bite their toe and all that, no? So he bit the toe, one of the toes. Okay, he bit. He was a kid form. He was in a kid form, and he bit it. Okay, and then why did he bite it? Because he wanted to know what is there in his lotus feet. So cute the pastime is, right? So he is like, what is there? I want to see. And then he bit his toe, and he was like, nothing is there. Why are everybody, want to take shelter at my lotus feet? So it's very cute, but just understand even. Okay, so everyone in this world is conditioned by the power of mystic potencies. Uh, Please bestow your causeless mercy upon these conditioned souls. Right? We are all conditioned by the material world, right? The three modes are acting. We are all puppets, and the three modes are controlling us. They are our masters, right? But master of these three modes of material nature is who? Krishna, right? So this material manifestation is based on the orders of Krishna. Okay, yeah, and Maitre Uvacha iti upastiyamano asau munibhid brahmavadibihi salile swakura kranta upadatta vitavanim. So the sage Maitreya said. So these are all narrated by Maitreya Muni to Vidura. Okay, and so yeah, so Shukadeva Goswami is saying that Maitreya Muni is narrating all these to Vidura. So for us, it is, we should understand Shukadeva Goswami is narrating it to Parikshit Maharaj. So much, okay? Keep that clear. Now, the sage Maitreya Muni said, the Lord, being thus worshipped by all great sages and the transcendentalists, touched the earth with his hooves and placed it on the water. So she had to be placed back into the universe, right, in her place. So how did he place? With the hooves. Okay, he took the earth through his hooves and placed her back to this back in her place. Okay, sa itam bhagavan urvim vishwakshena prajapati rashaya lilayo nittam apsuna nyasa yayav hari. So in this manner, the personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of all living entities, raised the earth from within the water, and having placed it afloat on the water, he returned to his own abode. Okay, now Krishna goes back. He's done with his job. He killed Hiranyaksha. He rescued Mother Earth. That is the purpose he came, right? He's done. He goes back. He finds up his pastimes and he goes back to Vaikuntha. Okay. Ya evam etam harimedhaso hari katham subhadram kathaniyamayina shrinvita bhaktya shravayeta vasatim janardano asav prasidati. So if one hears and describes in devotional service attitude this auspicious narration of Lord Bore, who is which is worthy of description, the Lord who is within the heart of everyone is very pleased. Okay, and the best way to please is through big book distribution, right? Because see, nobody will listen to you. A lot of people, no, atheistic people or anybody, a lot of people will not listen to Krishna Katha. How many people are there in Bhakti Sadachar group, and how many people are regularly attending? That in itself gives the proof, right? So many people are there, but hardly very less number of people are regularly attending the classes, right? So it's not possible for everybody to listen, attend the classes. They have their own personal commitments, right? But if you give them a book, they can read it in their free time. And when you read, you understand more. That's why I always suggest go back, take these snippets, refer these snippets back from Srimad Bhagavatam and understand, read the elaborate purports to get the complete understanding. Okay, that's why I keep stressing, go back and read. Okay, reading gives you the most, it's called complete understanding when you read. Okay. Tasmin prasanne sakalashisam prabhu kim durlabham tabiralam lavatmabhi ananya drishtya bhajatam guhasaya svayam vidhate swagatim paraparam. Okay, nothing remains unachieved when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased with someone. Okay, he is Bhakta Vatsala, right? See, he became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Why? Krishna was a king. He was a king of Dwaraka, right? But he became the chariot driver of Arjuna because Arjuna was pure devotee of Krishna. Okay. Anybody knows what is the original position of Arjuna? Who is Arjuna? Who is Arjuna? In Goloka Vrindavan, what is his position? Anybody knows? Nobody knows? Yes. Kamlesh, Manuja.
No, Mataji, I don't know whether.
Okay. So Arjuna is Vishaka Saki. Okay, like in Vrindavan, if you go, there is Radha Krishna and two Sakis standing. Okay, one is called Lalita Saki, another one is called Vishaka Saki. These two are most intimate, most confidential servitors of Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Okay, they are friends of Radha and Krishna, Saki. Okay, and Arjuna is Vishaka Saki. When Krishna came in Krishna Lila, he came down as the Vishaka Saki came down as Arjuna. And in Chaitanya Leela, when Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vishaka Saki came down as Ramananda Rai. Okay. So when Krishna comes down, he comes with his devotees. He never comes down alone. Right? So same way. So Arjuna is such a liberated soul. He is the confidential devotee, servitor of the Lord. Okay. She is Arjuna is Vishaka Saki. Okay. So she is the most confidential servitor of Krishna. So she is Arjuna. Okay, in Krishna Leela. So she is the most pure devotee of the Lord. So Krishna does anything for his devotees. Krishna can be purchased from by his devotees, right? So that's why he never thought twice to become chariot driver for Arjuna, right? And during the war field, because of all the noise pollution and all that, sometimes whatever the Arjuna tried to tell Krishna couldn't hear because of the noise pollution, everything. Okay, so that time Arjuna had to touch Krishna through his feet and call him. Okay, Krishna never complained about all that. Why? He is Bhakta Vatsala, anything for his devotees. Okay, so by transcendental achievement, one understands everything else to be insignificant. Everything else is insignificant in front of transcendental achievement. Okay, and one who engages in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by the Lord himself, who is seated in everyone's heart. If we do sincere devotional service, Krishna gives us intelligence, showing us the path to go back to Krishna. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Okay, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I will give them the buddhi yogam, intelligence by which they can come back to me, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. को नाम लोके पुरुषार्थ सारवित पुरा कथानां भगवत कथा सुधाम अपीय कर्णांजलिभिर भयापहाम अहो विराजेत विना नरेतरम. So one who other than one who is not a human being can exist in this world and not be interested in the ultimate goal of life. Why? Who is not a human being? Why are they saying who other than one not a human being? Because human beings are given intelligence, higher intelligence. Animals also have intelligence, okay, but it is lower. Human beings have higher intelligence. Okay, so with higher intelligence we have the power to speculate. Okay, so think and make decisions for ourselves. We have the power to even desire, right? So because we are blessed with higher intelligence, we have to use it to serve the Lord and surrender to the Lord. Okay, who can refuse the nectar of narrations about the personality of Godhead's activities, which by itself can deliver one from all material pangs? Krishna Katha in itself can deliver all of us from material pangs. Okay, so in Bhagavatam it is said, okay, the highest perfectional gain of humanity is to engage in discussions of the activities and glories of the pious actor. Such activities are so nicely arranged in writing by the greatly learned sages that the actual purpose of the ear is served by being near them. Okay, by using our ears to serve the Lord, the actual purpose of our ears is served. Okay, our ears are to hear the pastimes of the Lord. What are we doing with our ears? Listening to all the material miseries, right? Listening to Bollywood songs, listening to that, listening to this. The actual purpose of our ears is to hear about the Lord. Okay, so that way our purpose of our ears is served. Okay, so let's focus on that. Okay, from now on. Yes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare